Hi everyone, I'm Lal and you're watching Translators Academy. So today in this lecture I will tell you about Firebase, the next things about Firebase. It's like about cloud storage and how this thing is going on. So today we will just learn about its theory, that what really this thing is. So let's see about the Cloud Firestore. Okay, so what this real thing is. So I just click on this Cloud Firestore, and what I got here, I just view its documentation, that what really this Cloud Firestore is. Okay, so what really Cloud Firestore is, it's a user of flexible scalable SQL cloud database to store and sync data for client and server side development. Okay, Cloud Firestore is a flexible scalable database for mobile, web and server development from Firebase and Google Cloud Platform like Firebase real-time database. It keeps your data in sync across client apps through real-time listeners and offers offline support for mobile and web, so you can build responsive apps that works regardless of network latency and internet connectivity. Cloud Firestore also offers seamless integration with other Firebase and Google Cloud Platform products, including Cloud Functions. So what will this thing is? This thing is like you are communicating with each other. It's like we will just play this video and we will see how this thing is here. So what really this video is all about, it's just telling us about the things that how this Firebase is working. It's like a cloud storage thing. The clouds, the servers are placing somewhere around the world where they are, the Google places the server, and but really you are communicating with the things and just creating it, and they are providing you this facility. Let's go further and dig deep what real this thing is. There are some capabilities here. It's the flexibility. The Cloud Firestore data model supports flexible hierarchical data structures, stores your data in documents. Okay, awesome. That's awesome. Really awesome thing. Organized into collections. Okay, documents can contain complex nested objects in additions to sub-collection. It shows expressive querying. Okay, in Cloud Firestore you can use queries to retrieve individual specific documents or to retrieve all the documents in a collection that match your query parameters. Your queries can include multiple chained filters and combined filtering and sorting. They are also indexed by default, so query performance is proportional to the size of your result set, not your data set. Okay, I hope you are understanding this thing, what really this thing is. So let's see the other thing, what really other properties it contains. So the next thing is real-time updates. It shows the real-time updates, like Cloud Firestore uses data synchronization to update data on any connected device. Wow, that's really awesome. That if you connect your device with this Firebase, whenever you want to update the data, it just update within seconds, within milliseconds. This means this is so fast there. Let's see how these things are so fast. It also designed to make simple one each fetch querying efficiently. Okay, so it's quite advanced thing. Offline support. Okay, it's provide an offline support. Cloud Firestore caches data that your app is actively using, so the app can write, read, listen to and query data even if the device is offline. When the device comes back online, Cloud Firestore synchronizes any local changes back to the Cloud Firebase. Wow, that's so cool. Designed to scale. Okay, what really this thing is, Cloud Firestore brings you the best of Google Cloud Platform, powerful infrastructure, automatic multi-region data replication, strong consistency guarantees, automatic batch operation and real transaction support. We have designed Cloud Firestore to handle the toughest database workloads from the world's biggest apps. Wow, that's cool. That's so cool. So how this thing really works, let's see. Cloud Firestore is a cloud hosted NoSQL database that your iOS, Android and web apps can access directly via native SDKs. Cloud Firestore is also available in native Node.js, Java, Python, and Go SDKs, in addition to REST and RPC APIs. So you can create any sort of application, and whatever the application you want to create, you just use its APIs. APIs are created. They create the APIs for Java, Node.js, Python, Android, iOS, web apps, whatever the thing is there. Uh, you can use these APIs. So let's see what further the thing is. Following Cloud Firestore NoSQL data model, you store data in documents that contains fields mappings to values. These documents are stored in collections, which are containers for your documents. Wow, that you can use to organize your data and build queries. Yeah, really, that's good. Documents support many different data types. Okay, so our documents support, yeah, it's just a common thing. Data, like what really the data is, we will see what really this thing is. From simple string and numbers to complex nested objects. Okay, you can also create sub collection within documents and build hierarchical data structures that scale as your database grows. The Cloud Firestore data model support whatever data structure works best for your app. Okay, what it say further? Additionally, querying in Cloud Firestore is expensive, efficient, and flexible. Yeah, create shallow queries to retrieve data at the document level without needing to retrieve the entire collection or any nested sub collections. Add sorting, filtering, and limits to your queries or cursors to paginate your results to keep data in your app's current without retrieving your entire database each time an update happens. Add real-time listeners. Adding real-time listeners to your app notifies you with a data snapshot whenever the data your client apps are listening to changes, retrieving only the new changes. Protect access to your data in Cloud Firestore and Firebase authentication and Cloud Firestore security rules for Android, iOS, and JavaScript, or identity and access management for server-side language. So this is the real thing. So that's so awesome that how really this beta version of this Cloud Firestore works. So you can store the data there, and whatever the application you are creating, it might be in web, might be in Android or iOS, whatever the JavaScript or whatever technology you are using, the APIs are available here and you can use those APIs. They already mentioned these things here. So how you can implement these things? Integrated the Cloud Firestore SDK. So quickly, it includes Gradle or Cocoa Pods, or a script includes. So whatever it's Gradle, it's Cocoa Pods or script, you can include there, and you can secure your data. There must be an authentication, IAM, identity and access management to secure your data for mobile, web, and server development respectively. You can add the data there and you can get the data there. You can create a document collection into your database, and you can create queries and use real-time listeners to retrieve data from the database. So the next step here, what really you are going to do, you have to start with Cloud Firebase, and there you can see that how really this database is working. Like it's just created some test project here. If I click on this, I can open this started page, and you will see here they are providing us some code, some sort of code here, and they are giving us some steps that how we can create this. So you can use open Fire console and create new project. In database section, click the get started button to Cloud Firestore. Okay, the third thing is select a starting mode for your Cloud Firestore security rules, and then then what we do, good for getting started with the mobile and web client libraries, but allow anyone to read and overwrite your data. After testing, make sure to see this secure your data section. To get started with the web, iOS and Android SDK, select the test mode. Okay, fine with this thing, just figure it out. We will see this thing later. At first we have to go with the theory section, that what really these things are and how these things are working here. Okay, so this is the locked mode. Then is all reads and writes from the mobile and web clients. Your authentication application servers Java, Node.js, PHP, Python, or Go can still access your database. To get started with the Java, Node.js, PHP, Python, or Go server client libraries, select locked mode. Okay, and then click enable. When you create a Cloud Firestore project, it's also enabled to the API in the Cloud API Manager. Set up your development environment. So when your development environment is set, what you're really going to do is follow the instruction here that Android Firebase for your web. If you're creating some sort of web application, so here is the script that you have to import, from where you can import this Firebase JS. Okay, and if there is some sort of, you are using some Ionic framework or whatever, these npm commands, the npm commands are available here. You can install the Firebase here. If you will need to install manually, you require these things. So here are the ways, like initialize Cloud Firestore. If you want to initialize, then there are some keys available. You have to initialize the things. How these things are initializing, they will tell you everything is available here. If you want to add the data, so how you can add this data? Cloud Firestore stores data and document which are stored in collection. Cloud Firestore create collections and documents implicit the first time you add data to the document. You do not need to explicitly create collections or documents. So you can add the data. So how you can add this data? There's a simple example is available here. So this example is basically in web. If you want to do in Android, just click on the Android and it will show you the code, and you just copy this code and just paste in your edition where you want to add the data. So this is just example here. And if you want to be in Java, so how this thing is working in Java, you can see this thing there. It's just doing data, putting the data there, and just the thing is here. Okay, and what you do next? Now add another document to the users collection. Notice that this document includes a key value pair that does not appear in the first document. Okay, document in a collection can contain different sets of information. Okay, so there are some different sets of information. How these things are working, we will see when we are going in practical thing. So here is totally the theory here. So let's see the next thing. It reads the data. Okay, to quickly verify that you are added the data to Cloud Firestore, use data viewer in the Firebase console. You can also use the get method to retrieve the entire collection. Wow, that's so cool. Like you are getting the data. How you can get this data? Everything is available here. You can secure your data by using authentication. That how you are using the authentication. If you are using the web, Android, iOS, or SDK, use Firebase authentication, Cloud Firestore security rules to secure your data in Cloud Firestore. Here are some basic rules sets. You can modify your security rules in the rules tab to the console. If you want to study the rules, you can go on and just study the rules. There are some tutorials available here how this Cloud Firestore is working, so you can find out here. I will mention this link there. You can find out in this Firebase console and just go on with the thing. And there are some other next steps, the data models, how to add data, how to get the data performance, and other things that you really need to understand, and just go on and figure it out by yourself that how these things are working there. And in my next lecture I will tell you about the thing how these things are going on. Okay, fine. I hope you get this lecture really amazing, really awesome. It's quite so easy and so simple to working with the Firebase. And I hope you like the lecture, and please subscribe for more videos. And if you don't like it, even then you just subscribe. You must subscribe these things, and I hope I just need your subscription. And if you have any issue, any query, any question, just tell me, just email me, just I will answer, and I will try to help each and everyone to figure out the solution and create a better world. Thank you and have a nice coding.